There's been concern lately about volatility in the stock market, mortgage rates, and other financial issues. So we are opening up our viewer email bag to see what's on your mind and try to answer some of your questions. Joining us is our money and business expert, Derrick Kinney. Good to see you, Derrick.
Hi, Teresa. Great to see you.
So let's get straight to it. Ricardo from Plano sent an email saying, everyone says to invest for the long term, but I don't like all the stock market ups and downs in the short term. He says, your advice always makes sense. What can I do to stay calm and keep my money invested? Good question, Ricardo.
That is. And Ricardo, you're not alone. So many people lose sleep at night because they worry about their money. And are they losing a lot of it? Here's what I would tell you. It's normal to feel that way. And first of all, realize that most people tend to buy high and sell low when it's comfortable. When you can recognize that it just feels uncomfortable to be in the stock market, you'll be a better investor, you'll be a more patient investor. But if you get impatient, you're going to lose money, make bad decisions, and have financial regret. I don't want that for you.
Yeah, stick with it, Ricardo. Stick with it.
That's right.
Let's get to Elise in Arlington. This is a good one, too. She says she's 28 years old, wants to buy a house, but it feels impossible. She wants to know what she can do to save for a down payment and still have a little fun. And she's a kiddo. She's still in her 20s.
At least I love that have a little fun part. And you don't want to take that away. If you're only save, then you're going to typically binge spend and lose your entire budget at one point at Target or Nordstrom Rack, for goodness sakes.
Yeah.
What I would tell you is set aside a certain dollar amount every single month and save it the first of the month like it's a bill. That way you spend what money is left over, not what you're hoping you need to save for your goals. But here's what I would tell you, probably some unpopular opinion here, but don't just wait for your boss to give you a raise. Don't think of yourself like a title on a business card. Think of yourself as a paid problem solver at your company. Think about how can you help the company make money, save money, be more productive. You'll likely make more money and you'll be able to save more money and get that house even sooner.
Yeah, very smart. Be aggressive out there. Okay, let's go to Larry in Dallas. Larry says, I'm an executive at a big local company. I have $1 million in company stock, which is about a third of all my investments. I've heard that's too much to have in one stock. What say you, Derrick?
Well, first of all, let's go to lunch. Maybe you could lend me some of that money as well. Listen, if you're a corporate executive, you probably know your company's stock better than anybody. Are there rules of thumb that say you should only have maybe 10% in one stock? Yes, but if you believe in the company, you know what the company is doing, I have no problem keeping that much in stock. But what I would tell you is you want to take advantage of opportunities. If the stock, let's say, hits a 52-week high, take 10% of those gains and then take it off the table and re-diversify that. Or take some of the gains and pay off some debt. Let the stock market get you out of debt. If you're keeping all the money in one stock, if it drops, you may regret not having taken some money out and used money to further yourself financially.
Okay, and Heather has hearts in her eyes. She is emailing from Frisco saying, I'm dating a guy who could be the one. I know you say to have the money conversation once you're serious. I'm nervous about it. What should I do to kickstart the big talk?
Heather, I love this. I think money should be one of the first things any serious relationship talks about. But what you don't want to do is you don't want to have the shock and all. You're the candlelight dinner, music is in the air, you're gazing in each other's eyes and you talk about, hey, what's your credit score? That typically doesn't go well. Instead, you want to give the person a heads up and say, hey, we'll call him Charlie. Hey, Charlie, love time with you. Next time we have a date, could I ask you some important financial questions?
Yeah.
That way you set the stage, you tee it up so there's no shock and awe, and then he can then answer honestly, because the goal is love is important and are we compatible, but are you on the same page financially and even with your purpose? That can really supercharge a relationship early on before you fall too much in love, and that may lead to debt and some bad decision making down the road.
Oh my gosh, such great advice. As always, Derrick Kinney, thank you so much for talking with us this 4th of July holiday week. And it feels like Valentine's Day because you're giving, relationship advice.
My pleasure. Thank you, Teresa.
All right, good to see you. We appreciate it.